Hi everyone, this is Lena from Trading Edge, and in this video I'm going to show you how to calculate your financial prospects in 2024. 2024 is the year of the Wood Dragon, and in this video I will discuss only finances. I'm not going to discuss general luck and love relationships or health or anything else. So I'm going to focus only on finances. So in the Chinese system there are 5 elements which have two kinds of relationships with each other. The circle that goes in a clockwise direction is the circle of support, and these red arrows that you see, they create another circle which is called the circle of destruction. Now the word is a bit dramatic, and I guess it comes from the old days where they liked those kind of strong words. What it means in the sense of finance is, if for example wood destroys earth as it is described here in with the red arrows, it means that earth is the money for wood, that wood is exploiting earth and making their money from earth. So earth represents money for wood, and on the other hand, wood represents career or a job or an employer for earth, because earth also makes money from wood but in a submissive role. So the way that the direction of the arrow is, where the arrow is coming from is the dominating role, and where the arrow is pointing to is the submissive role. That's what you need to understand about these elements in terms of finance. And now I have described here the full process in 11 very easy steps. We're not going to do all of them here because I'm trying to keep these videos very short. I'll just give you an example how to do this for yourself, and I'm sure you can follow the rest of the steps by yourself. So the first thing you need to do is go to this lovely website called ChineseMetalSoft.com and create a free profile and enter your date of birth, and if you have the time of birth will be even better, and you enter your gender, and then you go to Bazi. You're interested only in this type of chart casting in Chinese astrology. And when you go to Bazi, you will see 4 pillars. I'm using the 4 pillars of today in a random hour. So the first one is called the hourly pillar, the second day is the day pillar, the third one is the month pillar, and the fourth one is the year pillar. And this is how this video is better, guys. It's more personal, and it will help you to calculate your own financial prospects rather than all the people who were born in this year of the dragon. There are so many nice videos on YouTube giving advice how people born in a certain year will do in the year of the wood dragon. However, no one has the time to actually explain to individuals how they can approach this, and here I am, I'm filling that gap, and I'm going to explain to you to find out for you as an individual what your financial prospects will be this year in 2024. So who you are is actually the day pillar. It's not the year pillar. The year pillar represents your environment, your grandparents, and the society where you live in. It represents those bigger kind of things in a person's life. And the day pillar is actually what represents you. And every single pillar has 2 parts. The lower part is called the earthly branch, which is normally an animal, and the higher part is called the heavenly stem, which is just an element. I showed you one of those 5 elements. I showed you the circle there of the 5 elements. So here it's one of those elements. And below is an animal, but every animal in the Chinese system has an element. So you will see it from the color. Blue is for water, brown is for earth, green is for wood, red is for fire, and silver is for metal. And also it's written there with small letters as well. So once you cast your Bazi chart, have a look here on the day branch what element you've got. And now starting with the worst example, I always like to give the bad news first, and after that we'll cover the more positive examples. So if you have Earth as a heavenly stem, that is your ruler, the ruler of your chart, okay? It's nothing else. It's not the month, it's not the year, it's not the hour, it's always the day. That is your day master, as they call it in Chinese astrology. And this will determine how this year will be for you. So let's go in the elements and let's have a look what is happening for the Earth. So Earth dominates water, which means that water is the money. Water represents the money for you. So let's have a look in the year of the wood dragon. Is there any water here? No, there isn't any water. So what that means is that this year is not going to be great for you for money making. Now depends on the gender here. If it's yin means female, and if it's yang means male. So on this particular occasion we've got a yin Earth. Yin Earth is kind of more compatible with these males here. We have two males. We have dragon, which is a young Earth, and we have the young wood as the heavenly stem in 2024. So the yin Earth, it will have slightly easier time than the young Earth. Okay. And unfortunately the Earth element will be the one that will really struggle financially in 2024. Now I just want to comfort you a little bit more if you happen to have an Earth heavenly stem here in the day pillar. By the way, what made me do this spreadsheet is because I have Earth as heavenly stem, and while I was trying to calculate my financial prospects, I thought, let me just make this for everyone so people can understand what is going on. And also I provide some counseling and comforting here for everyone who has the Earth heavenly stem. In this spreadsheet, if you scroll down, I'm actually explaining that next year, the year 2025, will be the year of the wood snake. Snake is fire, and fire supports Earth. So next year we'll have fantastic time. All of us who have Earth as a heavenly stem in the day branch, in the day pillar, next year will be a very pleasant year for us. Unfortunately, this year there is no fire or water in the year, so it's going to be a bit tough, especially those of us who are young Earth. Okay. But let's be honest, so to begin with, last year 2023 was the year of the water rabbit, and 2022 was the year of the water tiger. So all of us who have Earth as a heavenly stem of the day pillar, let's be honest, first of all, we managed to make some good money in those 2 years, right? That's because water is our money. So they were quite good years for us, guys, and everything is in cycle. Some other people were suffering from those 2 years. So we just have to accept that this year is not going to be great for us. And also we'll be looking forward to next year. Next year will be extremely supportive to us. Why? Because fire is our parent, is what supports us. So we're going to have a lot of support next year throughout the whole year. So we will do fantastically well. Okay. And another thing I would like to show you, the beauty of the Chinese system, which I love very much, is that it has 4 pillars. So although this is your day here, this is your chart ruler, the other pillars are important as well. So you may have some favorable elements in the other pillars that actually make this year conducive to making money. So now that you have understood in the elements how the money making cycle works, as I showed you here with the arrows, this is the money-making cycle. You can assess for yourself. So if this here is the year of the wood dragon, who will make money from those two? Okay, the dragon is earth, so who will make money from those? So wood will make money from earth, right? So anyone who has wood as the heavenly stem in the day pillar will make a lot of money this year, because this year is a dragon year, which is an earth element. So the wood people will be extremely successful this year. Extremely successful. And who else will make money? Who makes money from the wood? That is the metal. The metal exploits wood. So wood represents money to the metal. So the other people who will make a lot of money this year are the metal people, the people who have metal in the heavenly stem of the day pillar. Okay, so we have analyzed the day pillars. Score yourself, give yourself a score there, whether you have a wood or metal, give yourself a score of 10, that you have a likelihood of 10 that you'll make good money, and then you give yourself a score of 1 if you have earth in this pillar, and then use exactly the same method for the other two pillars to assess in what is the potential of the other two pillars, the month pillar and the year pillar. Have a look at these heavenly stems and check where they are in that cycle of support. So first of all, you're looking whether you can exploit whether the elements that your element is exploiting are available this year. So the elements that are available this year is wood and earth. So you check if you've got these elements in the other pillars. If you've got metal and wood in the other pillars, then you will have something to exploit, and you'll have money to make. And when I say something to exploit, I don't mean someone to exploit. I mean an opportunity, I mean an idea, those sort of things. The language is a bit dramatic. That's not my language, by the way. All of this control, exploitation, and all of those things. This is an ancient language of the system, and that's how it is translated into English. I get the idea, though, that if one element exploits another one, then that element will represent their money, because that's how money is made. Money is always made through an exploitation of something or someone. Unfortunately, on this planet, that's how it goes. So check for the other pillars, whether you've got elements that can exploit the wood and the earth. And after you've checked that, give scores. If they can exploit them, give score of 10, and if they can't exploit the wood and the earth, give a score of 1. And then move to the circle of support and see whether you will have support, whether the wood or the earth are supportive to you. So for example, fire cannot make money this year because there is no metal in the year. So they got nothing to exploit, right? But they have a lot of support from wood. So they'll do all right. They're not the worst. They're not going to have the worst of destinies this year. Water can exploit. Water makes money from fire. So again, there is no fire this year. They can't really make money. They're going to struggle to make money. And they don't have the support. There is no metal in this year. They don't have the support. However, what this circle of support represents is that wherever they throw their attention, whatever they support will grow well. So this will be a year for the water where they're starting up a lovely project, and the project begins to grow. It's a year for seeds, for planting seeds and for watching them grow in the first stages. But it's not going to be ready to make a lot of money from those projects. Okay. So do you see that here the water doesn't have any support from the metal, because there is no metal in the wood dragon, but what they support is growing. For the same reason, the fire supports earth, so whatever the fire people support will be stabilizing, because the earth is very strong this year. Again, earth this year will not have anything growing, because there is no metal this year, and they're not going to have any support because there is no fire this year, and there is no water this year, so they've got nothing to exploit. So the earth element will suffer the most this year, I'm sorry to tell you, but stay positive, and next year will be fantastic year for the earth element. And also just think that the past 2 years were quite good for us, guys, so we can't just have all the good things for ourselves. Now it's the turn for the wood and for the metal people to profit this year. Once you have done the assessment on an element level, so far I asked you to assess these heavenly stems. Then you move the assessment on the earthly branch level. So have a look at these animals and start the same assessment with the elements again. So as in the case of this chap here, we have already talked about the heavenly stem of the earth, how bad that will be for them, but they're also a metal, because the monkey is a metal. So let's see how it goes here. So the metal will profit from the wood, so metal will be able to make money, and the metal will receive a lot of support from the earth of this year, so the metal will do quite well. So it's kind of mixed blessings. The heavenly stem is gonna do quite bad, but the earthly branch is gonna do fantastically well. It's gonna be very supported. So for that reason, where you give 1 point here for the heavenly stem, you can give 10 points here for the earthly branch. And you do this assessment for these 3 heavenly stems. Don't bother with the hour. I don't touch the hour, it's not that important. These 3 heavenly stems, you do that calculation, you give 10 points if it is wood or metal this year, 1 point if it is earth, and give it 5 points if it is fire or water. And then move to the lower level, which is the earthly branch, and again do exactly the same assessment starting from the day. As I already showed, it's metal, so check there what is going on. That gets 10 points. We've already covered the water, I think, but anyway, we'll do it again. So we take this element of water here and see what is going on. So water supports wood. We already discussed that the project that they'll grow will do well, but it's not gonna be ripe enough to give them profits, and they're not gonna have any support from the metal. They're gonna have a lot of earth, which means that if they are employee, they'll do well, because the dominating element represents our career and our employer, whereas the element that they dominate represents the element that they support, that's their projects, and the element they dominate, that is their money. So this year the water element will have to be a submissive employee if they want to make money. That will be their source of income if they're an employee, because we have a lot of earth. Is there an element which we haven't covered? So let's cover the fire now. So a fire element will have a lot of support from the wood. They will see their project stabilize and grow because there is a lot of earth. They will not make a great amount of money because there is no metal, and they will be actually footloose and fancy free because there is no water, so they're not going to be very sought after by employers. So fire people will be a bit of loose agents this year. They're not going to be it's not going to be easy for them if they're applying for jobs and they want to work for other people. It's not going to be very easy for them because there is no water available. There is no employer available for them. I hope you got the gist how this system works. If you want to read some interesting things here in the spreadsheet, which will give you some more tools and it will help you assess for loved ones and family members, I give a bit more details here, and you're welcome to get this spreadsheet from my website, or you can watch this video several times and I'm sure that you will get the gist perfectly well just from the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.